Smooth family. What's good? I hope everybody's doing good today. It's been a good minute. We back. You feel me? Had to celebrate my birthday. I appreciate everybody that, sent birthday wishes and everything. I appreciate it. Your boy's 27 now. Getting up there. Slowly getting up there. But hey, I appreciate it. Like I said, we back. Say what's up in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Kitty was good. Like I said, I hope everybody's doing good. I know we're a little bit behind. That's only because we had to take care of some stuff real quick. But we're finna jump into it real quick. What's good, Smooth family? It's your boy Be Smooth. If you can't be smooth, then you gotta move in this Smooth Talk. I'm your host, Brandon, aka Be Smooth. Got my dad, Carl, also known as Papa Smooth. Feel me? So for today's episode, we're gonna be talking about showing up for yourself. Hey, what's up, Keisha? So showing up for yourself, what does that mean to you? That's for y'all. Let me know. What does that mean to you? What do it mean you got?
Showing up for myself?
Yeah.
Y'all let us know how the sound is. Showing up for myself is, I can take care of myself. I can do things for myself, even if I have to reward myself at times. Just like we show up for somebody else and be there for somebody else, then it should be a point where we can be there for ourselves at times too.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's putting yourself first, even at the times where you feel down or just in general, just in life, bro. Like you just showing up for yourself. You put yourself first when it comes to certain things, and even when it comes to making those hard decisions, you put yourself first. And I know some people look at that like, well, that's kind of selfish, depending on the situation. And I understand how that can be like that, but that's not always the case, bro. At the end of the day, we're gonna take care of you, but you. You feel me? But we're gonna get into the definition real quick. Showing up for yourself means prioritizing your own needs and well-being, both physically and mentally, and actively advocating for your own happiness and success. You know, it's about being your own biggest supporter and making conscious choices that align with your values and taking responsibility for your own journey. So there y'all got it. But y'all let me know though. It means advocating for myself, being myself, biggest hype man, putting myself first. Yeah. You got to be your biggest hype man. You have to. Sometimes being selfish is needed. Yeah. It's very much needed. A lot of people confuse that. They always want you to put them first over everything. Like you got to stop whatever it is you're doing in your life. You got to stop your happiness, or, you just taking time out for yourself to focus on them. Bro, no. But a question I have for y'all is, do you give yourself the same energy, love, and grace that you give to others?
No. I answer that for anybody else. No.
Appreciate it.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yeah, I agree. And it's, we're human. It happens, bro. We say that we, give ourselves the same energy, the love, and the grace, and all that other stuff. But in reality, we don't. Even to this day, you still end up, I guarantee it's somebody that that you like, stop whatever it is you're doing just to help them out.
You said no.
Yeah. And I know there's going to be some people that's going to be like, yeah, I do. Okay. I mean, and y'all in a safe space, bro. This is the platform for everybody to feel, welcome. And, if you feel comfortable sharing whatever it is you feel like sharing, please do. But yeah, you really don't, though. And it's hard sometimes, because you be trying to take the time out for yourself and, trying to show up and be there for yourself and do the things that you need to do for yourself. but it ends up here and there. You end up having, people, whether it be family, friends, or somebody you don't even know, but mainly it's family and friends. And you just have to like stop what you're doing. You said no, not at all. How did that make you feel? Since we own that, how does that make y'all feel?
And while y'all thinking about it, if you're on YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit the button and everything, and join the conversation you want to. If you're not a subscriber, think about becoming a subscriber.
No.
And if you're watching from Facebook, y'all hit the like and follow on Facebook. Become friends with us.
Yeah. Share with your friends, your family, share with everybody. If you, like you said, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell so you be notified every time we come on. But yeah, how does that make y'all feel though? Oh, okay, but I tend to give my all to everyone else. I don't really think about my feelings. We all guilty of doing that.
Yeah, I think at some point we all have done that.
Mm-hmm. We all either have or still do it to this day. And it's natural, we human. It happens. Even though we should, you know, consider how we feel and think about our feelings. But we tend to put them aside, just to, my bad. But yeah, just to be there for the people around us. So a point I want to bring up is, stop letting people, make you think or make you feel like you're crazy for one and getting the help that you need. Because that's part of showing up for yourself. A lot of people, they feel like when they hear, oh, I'm going to therapy or whatever, they think you're crazy or they feel like, oh, I gotta be crazy to go to therapy. No, you don't. No. One thing about me, I never let anybody make me feel like or dismiss how I'm feeling, especially if I say I want to get some help. And if I want to talk to somebody, I'm not going to let nobody dismiss that or make me feel like I'm crazy just because I want to better myself and deal with the things that I got going on mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and everything else. Whether that be talking to my dad, talking to my mom, talking to some of y'all, everybody has those specific people who they talk to for certain things. This is how it is. If you're religious, you talk to God, or whatever the case may be. What about you?
Yeah, I got friends I talk to like me. You talk,
Mm-hmm.
and especially when I'm trying to get a certain view on women. I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna call and ask my daughter some questions and see how they view a lot of things. But they're women now, so I want to get their point of view about women and how they feel and what they're thinking about certain things now as they have grown up now. Like you said, Brandon just had a birthday Friday. My baby girl, my youngest daughter, her birthday will be this August 27th. So they all grown. All my kids are grown.
Yeah,
Get up there.
But hey, we blessed to see these days that we seeing and being able to experience it with our loved ones. So it's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to reach 27.
Y'all see me looking down because I'm trying to check everything. I flew in here and I had to take care of I have to take care of my mama. So.
Yeah, Kitty said, I hate that people think therapy is bad. It's not bad. I don't know when that became a thing that people felt like, well, therapy is bad and you shouldn't go and all this other stuff.
I don't even know where that came from.
I get it. It doesn't work for most people. It works for you. Works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But don't discourage somebody else that's trying to get help. Don't do that. I don't know. That's just weird to me. But what's that?
Yeah, it's not right. So
Like just because it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean that it wouldn't work for them. Because you never know. Because you don't know everything. Unless you read that right.
I feel like my emotions are so heavy and overbearing that I feel like I can't handle them. So I find myself creating a safe place, safe space that I wish I had for others because I don't wish how I'm feeling on anyone else.
Mm-hmm. I I definitely agree with you on that. I would never wish how I'm feeling or what I experienced and stuff like that on anybody else. And some people trying to think, how can I work this? Some of the stuff that we go through, I get that like some of it can really be avoided. Some of it can't. And I feel like when we do go through things, it was meant for us to go through because if it was any one of our loved ones or our friends or whatever the case may be, they wouldn't be able to handle it, if that makes sense. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I just use myself for example, like me dealing with sickle cell or even the other stuff that I deal with. Um, I couldn't see or would I want my dad or my mom to experience the same thing. Like they hurt, but not as bad as I do. And I feel like I haven't just because I'm able to handle it. Don't get me wrong, it's rough. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not. It's tough. There be times where I just be my mind be off on the deep end, but at the end of the day, I remind myself of who I am and I surround myself with positive people and I journal, I talk to y'all or whoever, do whatever it is I need to do to better myself so that I don't be in that dark headspace or be depressed and things of that nature. And that brings up my next point, which is understand your emotions and your mental patterns. You have to understand your emotional and mental pattern. When something don't feel right or you move in a certain way and it's out of whack, you might want to look back and reflect on whatever it is that's causing you to move the way that you move. Some can be bad, some can be good. We've all experienced that.
Yeah,
You know?
this thing here inside our skull, that brain, it houses a lot of stuff. It's not just a brain; it's a conscience and it's a memory bank. And it's a mindset. It's a it can paint a visual without before you even speak it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And your mindset got to be at a certain point. And sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it may take a year or two, maybe a little longer. But you gotta get this together. That includes me. And just because sometimes I might say you gotta get, I mean we too. So it includes me, us, him, everybody. It includes everybody. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, you gotta be self-aware.
We gotta get ourselves together, especially in the times that we're in now. Lord have mercy. We gotta
We gotta do something
we
fast.
gotta do some fast. It's not no time to be playing and joking and all this other kind of stuff. We gotta do something now.
Keisha said big on self-awareness. Yeah, you gotta be aware. Notice how you're feeling. Where did it come from? Who was involved? Is this a trigger? Why is this a trigger? Should and how can this be avoided or addressed? Write it down and voice it. Exactly. Those are the questions you should be asking. We're gonna leave that up for a good little minute, but those are the questions you should be asking yourself, and figure out a solution for it. You have to figure out a solution. And like you said, making sure your mind right and all this other stuff. That does not mean I know some people feel this way. That does not mean you're gonna have everything figured out, which kind of ties into this next point. Is it's not all about having it all figured out. It's about moving forward, even in small steps, especially on the hard days. We're human. You're never gonna know everything. That's just facts. None of us will ever know everything. If we did, we all would be billionaires by then. But
No, I,
you're for real. But that's the beauty and the journey of life, though. You know, when you come across those hard tasks and those hard days, you fight through and you push through it, even when you don't feel like it. I've noticed when I'm regulating my emotions, I isolate from my friends. I don't like to worry them, and I just let them know I'm okay. Yeah, we've all done that, but it's good to let that out though. You know, you got people around you who genuinely care about you and love you, who just want to see you do great and be the best version of yourself. And I'm bad about doing that too, so I know how you feel. You know, it be times where I don't even want to say nothing, but then I start to realize like not only is that hurting me, it's hurting the people around me, and I don't want that for me or them.
Yeah, because I have to get at him, kid.
Yeah, it's been times he got at me about that, so I broke that cycle. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I worked on it. It takes time. It's not gonna happen overnight like that. That's just not how that works. But you know, you have to break that cycle. You start somewhere. You take that. Oh, go ahead.
Everyone is just tuned in. Welcome y'all. Welcome to my son's page, Smooth Talk Podcast. You know, I see a couple of my classmates in here, my friends. Welcome y'all. I see y'all on my page. So thank you all, and we welcome you all for joining us today. If you got any comments, please put it in the comment section. If you want to jump on, let us know. I'll send a link because you never know who may see this later on. You never know. And your comment could help someone this very day. Your comment can help someone. That's why I appreciate the young people when they are commenting and letting us know how they really feel and how they view certain things. You know, because we don't all view everything the same. Let's just cut that out. Everybody don't view everything the same. So don't even get mad at somebody because they have a different view. That's just their view.
And this is another reason why we created this platform, and you got different generations, and we plan on having more on here. It's just because we all need to come together, and everybody's going through something, and we all need to listen to each other. Young, old, it really don't matter, because we can learn from each other and build off that, and you know, become a bigger village. Because boy, we lost that.
Yeah, and the thing about it is we may not talk about all the drama and stuff. We may not have the biggest platform like everybody else do. We may not have this. We may not have this type of guests on, but y'all are the guests, so we appreciate you all. What we try to talk about is a lot of stuff that is happening around us or even in our family, because you know sometimes we'll even share our own family struggles, or we may share our own struggles at times, and we just appreciate that because some of the guests that we have on sometimes they're local people. We have a lot of local people that don't nobody really know nothing about, but they're doing stuff. They're doing a lot of stuff around in the communities and stuff like that. So we just try to bring awareness to that and let everybody see. Just like when we get on Minds today, and I hope y'all come back today too. I was gonna wait to the end to say it, but I'm gonna say it now. Hope y'all come back too, because we're gonna talk on Mind a little bit. Is about my people. You know, my people. Come on, people. We need to stop this violence.
Mm-hmm.
Death in prison is not the way. It's not the way. It's not.
It's a lot going on.
So it's a lot going on. He said, I think my biggest problem is I feel like I'm oversharing. Brandon knows I'm going to say everything I'm feeling in detail. But in return, no matter how safe the space feels, I still feel like I'm too much.
Yeah.
Never too much.
we all be feeling that way sometimes. You feel like you oversharing, or you know, some people look at it as trauma dumping, even though you just sat there and asked them like, "Are you okay?" or like, "Let me know what's going on with you." It's like some of us we feel like we oversharing, and me personally, I be knowing like, bro, let it all out. just let it out. You know, we'll talk about it. You know, I sit there and listen until you finish talking, and then you know, go from there. And whenever we do these topics, we talking about the stuff that should be talked about. the stuff that goes on either behind closed doors or the stuff that people deal with every day, but it's not talked about as often or mainstreamed or whatever. He said, y'all are doing something I always wanted to do, so I appreciate this a lot. Yeah. Everybody has a voice. Y'all need to be heard, and this helps. So this is why we do it. It helps y'all, it helps us, it helps everybody else. So this is why we do it. But
And,
go ahead.
and trust me, you know, and I know we are on here talking, but a lot of times after we get off and we put everything up, and sometimes we'll talk about what we got on the share today. And even when I'm at work, sometimes I go back and I listen to this back over, and I read the comments. I do. Sometimes you will see if you might see the reel, or sometimes you might see a reel on YouTube if you're on YouTube. I put up snippets of what we did, and I go back and I listen to them, and I read the comments because that's where I learn. I've learned from what y'all say at times too.
And it helps us get better at doing this. And it helps our own personal lives. So you never know. So a question that I have is, what does showing up for yourself look like right now?
Taking care of me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, y'all, when I say that. Like, I don't care about nobody else. I care about other people as well. But I got to learn how to take care of me too at the same time.
Because how can I help somebody else if I can't help myself? And we all guilty and bad about, still helping somebody else, even though we going through.
Yeah. And that's why sometimes,
going through it.
When people get out of a relationship, or sometimes even out of a marriage, and we're talking, and I would say something like, before you get into another one, just enjoy your life first.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoy your life first. Take care of you first. Make sure the old, whatever you went through in that relationship, make sure you start the process of getting that old mess out.
Yeah, you got to.
Because you don't want to take it. You don't want to take it into the next relationship. You don't want to do that.
That baggage.
Because it's gonna be a mess if you do.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're gonna start looking at and paying attention. You sound just like her. You sound just like him. Y'all just alike. And then everything, you're gonna start comparing.
Mm-hmm. Praying for myself and giving myself positive affirmation. Yeah. Everybody, whatever it is that you do, if you feel like sharing it, please share in the comments what it is you do. Because like we said, you never know who it could be helping, and it could possibly be helping us. There's some things that y'all could be doing that we might add to our lives. For me, showing up for myself, praying, sitting in silence, talking to friends, family, or just either it be working out, or y'all know I dance, so I do that, or sometimes I journal, so I do that, and listening to music too, because you have to, when you listen to music, it does something to you, the vibrations and and all that. That's why I always listen to something positive that make me feel good. Because if I'm just listening to something sad, that ain't gonna do nothing for me.
We be here rocking sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Connie said right there, and Connie, I believe that's a lot of our problem. That my problem caring more about others than myself. That's a lot of our problem right there. It's a lot of, and here's something, because we were talking about it one day in church. We care so much about everybody else. We want to do everything else for everybody else. We want to do this for somebody. We want to do this for somebody. Do this for somebody. But then when you need it, can't even find them sometimes.
Yeah.
When you need to talk to somebody, when you need just somebody to sit there, just listen, don't even say that. Man, I just want to get this off my chest. Now, once you ask me what I think in my opinion, then I have, we chop it up, as young folks say. But we run and we hide and we do all these things, and we forget about ourselves. But then when you need that support,
nowhere to be found.
there's nowhere to be found.
And a lot of people don't understand, especially in this. Well, there's people in this generation, but it's older generation too. Sometimes you don't really have to. When somebody is venting to you, just let them get that out, bro. Don't listen to respond. Sometimes they just need to be heard. That's all they be wanting. And I recently had that discussion with one of my brothers, and yeah, I ain't gonna say who it was, but he had to let out. He had to let out. I just listened. I gave my feedback afterwards because he asked. But yeah, sometimes they just want to be heard. And I know I can't help everybody. I can't save everybody, but I try to be there for the ones that at least they hit me up and ask me. I try to be there because I know what that feels like. We all know what that feels like. We all been in that position before. So that's why I try to help the best way I can, because you never know. You don't know what that person going through. You don't know who lives you just saved or whatever the case may be. So that's something to think about.
And before you read that, and this right here. Oh, let me talk to my Christian folks for a minute. Christian people. Or you somebody listen to people. But especially Christian folks. If somebody is venting that y'all good friends, and if they cuss, don't try to stone them to death. Don't try to condemn them. Don't even try to put your little judgmental thing on.
Like you heard.
Because they at that point right there, they at that breaking point. They're frustrated. So if they mess around, yeah, man, I'm just so sick and tired of this. And it might blur one out or two or three.
Let them get that out.
Let them get it out. Especially if you have never ever heard them cuss.
That's how you know they on their breaking point.
I'm not saying people don't cuss. I know some pastors that cuss. They don't do it like that on the break. They just, when they vent, they get at how they feel at that moment. And see, that's the problem sometimes. We don't let people get how they feel out. Now, I'm not sitting here condoning, yeah, you should cuss and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that. Like honestly, I say, don't hear what I'm not saying.
Mm-hmm.
You said for me, right now, it's noticing when someone is handling me and not giving them the opportunity to continue to do so. Seeing myself, I noticed that I spent a lot of my life trying to be seen, wild and hiding. In time, it's time to love myself the way I've always wanted to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
You say, I'm so sorry for these long answers. Hey, look, we ain't worried about that. We worried about that.
More. Yeah, that one. Asking myself the questions I've never asked and answering it with not just words but actions. Yeah, but nah, you're perfectly fine though. We want y'all to do this because, like we said, it's needed. Y'all need to let that out.
Yeah.
But Keisha said, yep, a few people have gotten the chance to experience me say, I just need to cry. And you sit here, don't try to fix it, just let it happen. And they say I've never seen Keisha like that because I'm the fixer. LOL, I'm the person that tries to help everyone, but when I'm there, I'm there. Feels like grieving a piece of me that's been struggling for so long.
Yeah. And that's us too. We so much of the fixer, but then we need fixer.
We act like we don't need it. We're like, I'm good, I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
And just talk, because one thing, and I say this about pastors, we got some good pastors. All pastors not bad and stuff like that. We got some good pastors. But one thing about a pastor is that he take on everybody else's problems and he'll take care of his own problems. Because he got everybody else's problems on his shoulder. So when he try to take care of home, it's hard because every time you turn around, he it's the phone ringing and all this kind of stuff. Sometimes it's not throwing no stone at nobody. Sometimes some of the problem that you deal with and going through is self-inflicted.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying all the time. Sometimes. self-inflicted. And what I mean by that, you caused the problem. You made the choice and you made the decision.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by that.
But I got a question for y'all.
I get kickback every time I say that when I'm talking to somebody. How you gonna say that? How you get? I ain't the problem. Sometimes you are the problem.
You are the problem. Yeah. I've been a problem in some situations. We are.
And that's another thing we don't like to look at either. We don't like to look at it.
Yeah. You gotta take accountability for your own actions. It's not always, well, it's them and this, that, the third. A good. Sometimes it's just you.
It's you. Now I feel Keisha on that because some of my friends, from my brother, like, boy, I ain't never seen you like that. That's when I'm in that mode, and I just want to let loose. I ain't never seen you like that. Never seen you like that.
It be scaring people sometimes.
Yeah, they be like, man, you all right for real? Yeah, I'm all right. Just need to get on the show. No, oh, you all right for real? Yeah, I just need to get it out. Let me get it out, then I'll be good. And here's another thing that people don't like, especially men. Man don't supposed to cry. Where do you get that lie from? See that? I almost slipped the cut right there. See that old mess right there from back in the day from them old men, them men right there. See, a lot of that mess that was taught to us need to be dropped. That's why we in a mindset like we are sometimes, because we got that old raggedy thinking that old man had told us, well, man don't supposed to cry. And I see why we jacked up a lot of times in our head. Because we hold all that in our head and all that in our heart. And we don't never let that mess out. And then here we go, man, I'm about to blow up on somebody. I'm about to unalive somebody because I'm dealing with this right here.
A good majority of that you can actually prevent if you just actually talk to somebody or like figure out what it is you need to do. Now, I ain't knocking people that drink, smoke, whatever, but like he said, the generations before us saying, oh man, don't cry, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you wonder why you depressed. You wonder why you become an alcoholic. You wonder why you addicted to drugs. And then you might end up, God forbid, but committing suicide. That's stuff you gotta let out, bro.
Yeah.
Stop holding that in and thinking that like you don't got people around you that actually genuinely care about you. Like we get it, yeah, the world may not care. We ain't talking about it.
The world don't care nothing about you.
We know the world don't care about us. We know that.
Yeah.
But the people that do, bro, they want to help you the best way they can. And let them help you.
And Bianca, welcome you. Welcome you. She said, I just found this or this podcast found me. We welcome you.
We appreciate you coming.
We appreciate you coming through. Come in anytime, Yeah. We are all family here. We here to talk and we just giving a view from our side as a seasoned generation to a putting season on generation, meaning older generation, younger generation.
Yeah.
Father and the son.
Mm-hmm.
He got views, I got views. He may not agree with what I may say, and I may not agree with what he may say. But I ain't finna sit here and cuss him out because he don't agree. I don't agree with his stuff, and he should see it my way. A lot of times, sometimes I see it his way. That's what I'm saying here right now.
And vice versa. Yeah. Sometimes we agree to disagree. But
So
welcome to the Smooth family.
Yeah. Welcome everybody coming in. Welcome. We welcome you all.
Now, good question for y'all. How do I speak to myself when no one is listening?
Right now, think about that. I'm gonna read some of these comments. And Connor said sometimes we can be our worst enemy. That point right there, we can talk ourselves into some stuff. We can talk ourselves out of some stuff. The stuff we need to talk ourselves into, we talk ourselves out of. And stuff we talk ourselves out of, we need to talk ourselves into.
Mm-hmm.
She said sometimes we can be our worst enemy. We are our number one enemy. We think it's the devil. No, we are. He's just an influencer.
Okay, sir. I try to be my friend's safe place, especially my male friends, because I know how hard the world can be on them. Yeah, and we appreciate you for that.
Yeah, we get it as men.
Keisha said I broke down in on Discord call with 5 other people who typically don't see me cry. I left the call and got messages saying, Keisha, everyone in the call started crying when you left. The whole room felt your energy shift. Yeah, when you be around people long enough, they can feel the same energy you feel. They'll know when something wrong with you.
And I'll say this, without talking to a friend of mine, that generation right there, and the friends he have in the smooth family, that's a whole different that's a whole different discord. I don't see them praying. I don't hear. I mean, I ain't see it. If I had walked out of the room and just glanced at the camera, I don't hear them praying. I don't hear them laughing. I don't hear them joking. I don't hear them crying. They come together and talk. Us need to do the same thing.
Yeah, and the beauty about that in the Discord is all ages, bro. It's all
All
different ages.
I got to get in so I can see what's going on.
That's the beauty of it. It's all different ages. It's
Keep
not
out
like
the folks.
one specific age group. You know, we have some like that, but yeah, that's everybody. Literally for everybody.
Because I remember one time they was on the TikTok live one time, and they was in there talking. They were talking about sex. They were talking about sex, and no, they was on Discord. They was on Discord. They were talking about sex, and I crept in on it. Oh, that's well, hey, I said no, don't change it, don't even change it. Continue on. I said, how you think he got here?
Like, bro, yeah.
He got here. They were talking about one time on TikTok too. They didn't know I had eased in on them. I had eased in on them. And then I think it was kids that
Yeah, yeah.
you ain't gotta change. You ain't gotta change it. Matter of fact, I might come in and try to add something to it.
This is how it is.
And like they get together, and I commend them for that. Like women, Lord have mercy, women. They get together and they talk things up. Men, we the one that don't get together and talk. And then when somebody do put something together like that, you don't even show up. But I guarantee you, the Super Bowl game going on, or the finals going on in basketball, or anything to do with sports, y'all will be glad to come, especially if something to eat.
I'm gonna put it this way. Whenever we all be talking and stuff like that, at the end of the day, it's just grown folks talking. Like we have kids and teenagers and all that stuff, but when it's the adults, it's just literally adults talking. Cause I dislike when the older generation be trying to downplay and act like we kids or try to talk down on us like we children. It's like, bro, we all grown. Like you talk to me like an adult. You know, I'm trying to learn from you and pray that you learn from me.
They said in they wave like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to get you to see where I'm coming from, and then vice versa. I'm trying to see where you're coming from so we can meet in the middle and then grow together. But a lot of people don't think that way.
I don't stop talking about anything when you come in. We all grow. That's right. Don't even stop the conversation. Because sometimes when I do jump on, I just come in just to listen, to hear the mentalities of what's going on, to hear the talk and the conversation. I don't come in to judge. I ain't like a lot of these older men. They come in, like you said, try to talk down to you or what they say is right. Y'all, let me tell y'all men something. Everything that come out your mouth ain't right.
And I've seen it from different generations.
Exactly.
But everybody that's coming in, welcome to the Smooth Talk Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon, aka B Smooth. Co-host.
I'm just chilling.
Carl, my dad, Papa Smooth. We appreciate y'all coming in. Welcome to the Smooth family. And today we're talking about showing up for yourself. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell so you be notified and all that. And if you're on Facebook, add us as a friend, share it, like, put down your comments and stuff like that. And we appreciate you for being here. But a point I got to bring up is your value isn't based on productivity. Showing up includes resting and simply existing without needing to prove your worth.
Did you answer the first question?
Which one?
We
Oh,
asked,
the question I asked first. Oh, how do let me go back. Which is how do I speak to myself when no one is listening? Shoot, me. Now mind you, we all human. There's been times you talk good about yourself, and times you talk bad about yourself. It happens. Now, shoot, I be doing my best to talk, positive about myself. I am you. I am, you know, the greatest at what I'm doing. I will be better than I was yesterday, last week, last month, last year, etc. I will get this done. I try to talk positive about myself because there's been times where you talk negative about yourself, and you got to be careful what you say. Because if you say, well, I'm not a good person, and I'm this and the third, you're speaking that to existence, then it becomes a reality. Keisha said, I talk to myself in a way that I wish my own parents would have talked to me. Yeah. So for the most part, Valerie, what's up?
what's going on? Well,
Coming through. Welcome. Welcome to the Smooth Family. Welcome to the Smooth Talk Podcast. But yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. But yeah, what about you, man?
Well, one thing about that is I speak positive over myself more now than what I used to over myself. I'm at the age and I'm at the point now, even with my mindset, I don't even care what you say about me. I don't care how you feel about me. I'm at that point because one thing I'm trying to do, I ain't trying to be better than nobody else. I'm trying to be better than me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in competition with nobody else. Let me, because I'm gonna say this: how people get in competition, they try to be better than somebody else when you should stay in your own lane and be better than yourself.
And
Because somebody is always going to be better than you. Somebody always going to look better than you. They can be able to talk better than you. They're going to be able to do anything better than you.
That's just how it is. And
you just get in your lane and drive and ride your lane and be better in your lane.
One thing I love about, me and my brothers and stuff like that, we pick at each other. That's just how we are. But there is no jealousy amongst us. We be in our little competition. We talk drunk. That's just how it is. But at the end of the day, we pushing each other to be great. And we know which one is better than the other at whatever it is. But at the end of the day, there is no jealousy amongst us. We still, celebrate one another. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Kind of said, speak life over yourself.
Speak life over yourself. If we can speak it over somebody else, we can speak it over our own self too. Mm-hmm. Now you gotta y'all be careful because you have people that come into inside your circle. You think they're speaking life, but they're really speaking death. Yeah. It sounds good in the beginning, but if they stick around long enough, you ain't this, you ain't that. It'll start to show. Mm-hmm. Yep, better than what yesterday, last year, and so on.
Casey, I tend to talk negatively to myself a lot, and that comes from trauma. But now, when I do isolate, I try to speak kind words to myself and pray and meditate that things get better, and it will. Keep that up, it will. But I'm gonna repeat that point that I brought up a minute ago, which is your value isn't based on productivity. Showing up includes resting and simply existing without needing to prove your worth. Sometimes we just need to rest.
Yeah.
Or Christians say, be still. Sometimes that's all it is.
Be quiet.
Yeah, just sit in silence. That's another form of showing up for yourself.
And even when you're around people, sometimes everything is not for you to say something.
Mm-hmm. You don't feel like you, which is comparison is a thief of joy, but I know it's a lot of people that feel like I've had it myself before. You seeing other people do this and that and the third, you feel like, well, I gotta do something like this, or I gotta do this. It's the difference between somebody inspiring you and you just comparing yourself to them. But you see them doing great, and you just thinking in your head, man, I got to do something big now or whatever. And then you feel like you less of a person or you're not doing enough just because of what they're doing. Your time is coming. You just need to focus on what you're doing. Maybe your season or whatever it is just chilling, resting, or whatever it is that you got going on. So that way you can get back right and then you're able to do whatever it is you want to do. It's not always being on the go all the time. I'm bad about doing that. Man, he know. I was bad about doing that because I felt like I always got to do this. I got to get this done. I got to get this done. And I was like, man, you just need to chill. It'll get done. You just got to pace yourself. That's how it's supposed to be done.
And it goes back to we even overworking our own self.
Mm-hmm. It kind of ties into one point. Hold up. Let me find it right quick. I'm going to let you talk.
So, hey, a lot, like you were saying, you got to rest. You got to rest that mind also at the same time. You can't do everything. You can't do everything. You can't be everywhere. You can't be this. You can't be that. Sometimes you just need to sit back, chill out, relax, gather yourself, and see and relax your mind.
I'll go back down. Keisha said, yep, I know that time was meant for structure in the world. It wasn't meant to compare how long it takes you to get somewhere with how long it took the next person to get there. I learned to do what I need to do without a time limit involved. Exactly. Now, I found the point I was going to bring up when he said something about, tiring yourself out, which is, are you ignoring physical signs of burnout or stress?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We ignore those.
Yep. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, nah, don't be ignoring. Yeah, I did. Working on it, but
there's a story of this woman that worked so much to when she went home and the job when you never have a time off. From what the story, when I was reading the story. And she went home and when she sat down, just to close her eyes for a little bit, just to get some sleep, she passed away. Overworked and tired. She passed away. That's why we need to slow down sometimes.
Yeah.
I would tell the story even with me, myself. I was younger.
Tell me about this.
I was young. And let's see. Yeah, I had my girls. And just working, running, working and running. And I came home, got off work one Friday. Friday evening, about 3 o'clock, took the shower. I told my mom, I said, I'm gonna lay down for a little bit. My plan was to get up, go. Me and my brother finna go out, hang out, do something. And I laid down and I went to sleep. That was Friday. I lay down Friday around 3:30 and went to sleep. I woke up. I said, well, I slept for a few hours. It feel pretty good. My mama said a few hours. It's Sunday evening. So I went to sleep at Friday evening at 3:30. Woke up Sunday evening around 5, 6 o'clock. Don't remember going to the bathroom. Don't remember nothing. My mama said, the only time I got up was to go to the bathroom. I don't even remember that. So much running can actually hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
It can actually unalive you.
Yeah, it does so much to your body and stress your body out.
So when your body is telling you it's time to slow down,
you feel it.
Take heed to what your body is saying.
You will feel it. Shoot,
once it locked down,
you can't do nothing about that.
You can't do nothing about that.
I didn't have it to that extent, but I did it before to the point I ended up having a crisis. And this was for me working. This one I used to work at Burger King, but working at Burger King and doing my dance career and a bunch of other stuff I had going on. Bruh, I'm talking about get home probably around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Gotta get right back up at 7 in the morning. Leave from work around 3, go home, shower, go to dance practice or whatever, and repeat. Man, it got to a point to where I ended up having a sickle cell crisis, and I'm thinking, I can just take my medication, I'll be all right, because I ain't had a crisis in years. So I was like, I forgot what it felt like for a good little bit. I should have listened to my body and just called out, or just not called out, but called out and left and be like, hey, I'm going to the hospital. But me being stubborn and, trying to be strong and hard-headed, I worked the whole shift, then went to the hospital. Won't do that no more. And I didn't do it again either. I was like, I can't do that no more.
So at times yourself need to pump your brakes, slow down,
Just slow down, bro.
get some rest.
Got to.
Because you're doing all this running, all this kind of stuff, working and going out partying, not sleeping, working, going out party, not sleeping, working, going out party, maybe 2 or 3 hours sleep, 2 hours sleep, maybe 1 hour sleep, 2 hours sleep, 3 hours sleep. Your body is constantly wearing your body out.
Your body will shut down, and one thing you don't want to happen is that your brain shut down on you, and you don't wake up. God forbid. Yeah.
And so now you don't put yourself in a vulnerable state because now your body is so tired, it's not even going to fight off no sickness because it's trying to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's Superman.
Even if you feel like you are Superman, even sometimes Superman needs help. Just saying. My burnout led to me almost having a mental break a few years back. It was bad. That's one of the major reasons I started working on myself awareness, because I lost a chunk of me, screamed until everything was silent, said things that needed to be said, but after I was lost, there was no me since then. I've been working on stepping back into myself. Yeah. And teach a kid how, and different forms of showing up for themselves, and that it's okay to say no and to put themselves first. And we bad about doing that. We bad about not knowing how to say no. We all gotta get accustomed with that word, no.
Yeah. That no can be a best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Even with y'all church people, they go to church and do a whole lot for the church and stuff like that. Quit using the excuse, well, I'm doing it for the kingdom. I'm doing this. Even Jesus rest. I gotta keep going. God gonna take care of me. God gonna bless me. Yes, He will. But what you don't want to do is run yourself to death, even with the church, and then, okay, you work so hard, did all this, did all that, and next thing you know, you be stressed out of them. Not because you're trying to take a nap, because they get ready to put you in the ground.
I got a point I want to bring up. Is showing up for yourself often means choosing your truth over fitting in or pleasing others. I had to learn that at a young age, just because of what I deal with, dealing with sickle cell. I had to come to peace with my truth. I have this. It doesn't control me, Yeah, it may have some effects in my life here and there, but it doesn't fully control me. It doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do. It might slow it down a little bit, but I still get there. I'm not normal. I'm not like everybody else. I tried to be when I was a kid. And as I got older, I was like, I'm not like everybody else. I came to peace with that. That's my truth. That's what it is. But it formed and molded me into the person that I am today. I'm still growing.
I always will.
Yeah, I always will.
You always grow until the day you leave this earth.
Exactly.
That's a choice, but you got to make that choice. Though.
Mm-hmm.
You got to you got to make a choice soon, and more sooner than later.
I'll go back down.
Let's see. I've seen something.
I remember voicing to my own mom, I'm ready to die. I don't want this anymore. And her response was, why would you say that to your mother? Apologize to me. Wow. I noticed that all I have is myself, and I have to take control now because the people who I thought was there for me aren't. I had to create my own safe space within myself because I couldn't find it on the outside. That's crazy. I'm sorry you had to go through the. You would think that being your own mother, you would, you know, safe space and stuff like that. But that's how the world is. There's people out here, it's kids that's going through that or have been through similar situations.
It's different now.
Yeah, it's different now. But there's some that still experience it.
It's different. We live in a whole new generation now. That it is different. It's different.
You have to come to peace with understanding that you're gonna lose some family and friends for putting yourself first. This is what it is. You're gonna have to be okay with that and be okay with cutting some people off, letting them go of the past. I ain't saying forget it, but you have to do some of that stuff so you can better your life and, another form of showing up for yourself. Ali said I had to learn you can't please everyone. I wanted to be Miss Popular and always have friends, but as I've gotten older and now that I'm a mom, I realize that only opinion that matters is God's. At the end of the day, my family always made me feel less than, so I feel like I always had to do stuff to please them. And once I left the toxic household, is when I learned that I'm worth more than my family ever thought of me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loving the comments because this is real life stories,
It's therapeutic. It's real stories.
and this could help someone at some point. Somebody may listen. Someone may be listening right now, or someone may listen to this later on. So, what we thank all of you all in the comments because y'all are sharing life stuff that personal to some people, but y'all are letting the world know that I'm not perfect. I deal with stuff and I go through stuff. But from the comments that I've been seeing, y'all have started to see the light, and now you starting to give yourself self-worth, self-appreciation, and that's not being conceited or you think it's all about you. You got to take care of you.
Yeah, which that ties into what I just said a minute ago, and about don't worry about what your family would think or say about you taking care of yourself. But we're gonna take care of you, plus you.
So appreciate y'all for letting me open up. I'm sorry for changing. You didn't change no
Nah,
energy.
you can change out here. You good.
That's what it's really what this is all about anyway. Opening up and
Yeah,
letting
you
people
good.
in and into a part of your world or our world or somebody else's world. And then other folks that may see this and view this later on or watch it now. Well, if they can come through, I can come.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people that want to commit suicide. There's a lot of people that want to give up. There's a lot of people want to throw in the towel. There's a lot of people that want to walk away. A lot of people want to disown everything and just go off the grid. And when I mean go off the grid, no cell phone, no TV. They stay somewhere that you've never known, probably never thought they will live there. There's people dealing with that right now as we speak.
So yeah, I don't feel like you changed the energy. You're perfectly fine. And this is a great topic, man. It was great. Loving this. But you know, we get ready to wrap this up in a minute. But what version of yourself are you becoming? You're going to end it off with that.
That I'm becoming.
Mm-hmm.
The version that I'm becoming is being a better man.
Definitely feel you on that.
I'm more careful what I say. I listen a whole lot more. Not saying I didn't listen back then, but I listen to a whole lot more. I pay attention to a lot of stuff. If you ever invite me somewhere and I'm sitting up just quiet for a moment and I'm looking around, I'm not being nosy. I'm just watching and filling the room as I sit there. I'm not being nosy. I'm just paying attention to stuff. My brother always taught me that. Two of my brothers have been in the Marines. They definitely taught me that when they got out. So I'm not being nosy. I'm just being aware. And I'm just paying attention. I'm listening. I'm just becoming a better me.
Mm-hmm.
I let people talk. They come in, they want to talk. I let people talk. I let people get off their chest. I'm becoming a better listener. That I listen and don't respond when they say something.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, I agree with everything you just said. A good chunk of that is pretty much the same for me. But also for me, I would say to add on top of what you just said, a version of myself that I'm becoming is knowing that I'm stronger than what I am. Not saying I didn't have a thought or don't think that way. I do, but like actually fully 100% living in that truth that I'm stronger than what I am, and I can do anything that I want to do if I put my mind to it. I've achieved so much, so why not aim bigger than that? And you know, another version that I would say that I'm becoming is potentially if I do end up having one. But that's later on down in the future. But you know, becoming a great father and leader. You know, if I end up having kids and you know all that, but yeah. So
If any of my kids have any kids, I'm gonna spoil them and send them home.
but hey,
Go home. Bye. Bye. Love you. See you. That's what I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna get the phone special. I'm gonna get the phone. Daddy, why you do that? Why you spoil them like that? Then send them home. That's what grandparents do.
You set me up. But hey, Smooth family, we appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody hopping in, commenting, you know, sharing your stories and all that because it's needed. It's very much therapeutic. We appreciate every single one of y'all. We love y'all. What you got coming up, man?
Well, you know, I got coming up next. Coming up next, we'll be talking about In the Cycle. My people, stop the violence. Prison and death is not the way. It's not the way. That's not a badge of honor. So if y'all not busy, y'all come on back. It's probably a little bit after 6, maybe. But y'all come on back and join the conversation. You know, I invited a couple of people, so they may jump on if they're not busy. Y'all seen him before, Pastor James Jr. He been on before. He talked about when he went to prison. So I sent him a message and asked him If he's not busy, if you like, come on, jump on, that's fine. If not, that's fine. But that's what I got coming up next. And I got my little merch going on. My little motto: doesn't matter to you until it affects you. Like a shirt I got my niece here making for us. You know, trying to, if we're gonna do this thing as a family, we got to keep stuff in the family and grow it as a family. So if you want a shirt, let me know. I meant to put it on today, but I'm trying to get here. So I'm trying to get here, and that's what I got going on. Oh, my other little business that I got going on. We're meeting Tuesday down at my friend Pastor Steve church. Y'all, it's growing. It's telling me. So you want more information about that? I meant to put the link in the chat. You know, hit me up, DM me, and I can share that with you. You know, everything is not a scam. Not everything. Not everything.
He teaching me about it. So
Some stuff is legit, and this is the bill for the future. A lot of times we want the now, but everything it don't happen like right now. It's a builder, and everything requires work. So you got to work it. So if you're not busy, come back at 6 o'clock or maybe about 6:05, somewhere that maybe come on back on Real Talk Conversations. What platform was created to come together, to commune together and not divide. There's too much division already going on in this world. We need to come together and start talking.
yeah,
He said, grandpas.
W Grandpa. Yeah.
I ain't mess with you, Keisha.
But as far as like what I got coming up, y'all know me, the dance videos and all that other stuff. I gotta bring some of the content that I've been making over on TikTok and bring it over here and on my other platforms. And that stuff be funny, you know. Some of y'all know that watch me over there. But yeah, merch, book. There's some other stuff I'm working on with some people. I can't talk too much about it. But I'm working with some people on some stuff. I know one of my brothers, we trying to figure something out and get that going. So it's a lot that's been worked on behind the scenes, and obviously still gonna be doing this. Gonna be having special guests, you know, some that already been here that y'all seen, and some of y'all that's in the comments. If you feel like being on, let us know. We set you up, get you right, we'll go from there. But yeah, that's as far as what I got going on.
Oh, and another thing, we do have another platform that we do. It's called Open Mic Night.
Mhm.
We're gonna start trying to do that more often. You know, because we work now. You know, our other host is Neil, Mr. Know It All, because I don't know it all. Y'all, some of y'all may know him as Neil, some of y'all may know him as Kadir. So he's the host with us. But right now, it's just me and him and know what he go now. Now she's joking. No, he coming back on.
Yeah.
But he's the host, the other host with us, Kitty and Laura, and anybody else that want to join us. We just come on. We talk about some of the things that goes on in the world. Past two lives that we had on Open Mic Night, both of my lives, except for this one, two of my lives got taken down.
That's because it was speaking
I was speaking real. See, they are glorified the sex and the violence and all that kind of stuff on social media.
But something positive and real.
We were talking straight positive. Even talking about the Lord. Now, I don't been in Facebook jail so many times. But see, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. It's my opinion. I can speak my opinion. If you allow racism and all this other stuff to go on social media, why I can't allow truth to go on social media? But that's what the world don't want truth. The world won't lie. Now it's like the truth is a lie and a lie is truth.
I made a video. Try to remember what I said in it. But I got to find the video and I'll put it on here. But yeah, man, we truly appreciate y'all for real. You know, getting back right with, you know, doing this just because been resting, but some of y'all know I was in the hospital recently, went twice. because I had to have a blood clot in my left lung, which that's getting better, but I gotta get an update on that. And I appreciate everybody that's been praying, and I appreciate everybody that's been looking out for me and my dad, helping us out. And
Cash App store right at the bottom. We like to support.
yeah, we truly appreciate it, and I thank everybody for the birthday wishes. Like I said, your boy turned 27. I'm getting on up there, reaching unk status slowly.
Yeah.
But
So that just goes to show you I'm 57, so that just goes to show you I had Brandon when I was 30.
So
You see the gap between my daughters and him. I had my daughters when I was out there. I had my daughters 89, born in 1989 and 90.
98.
98. And I also had a daughter that passed away at birth. So back in 95. So if she would, it would have been another girl.
Yeah.
If she would have lived, she'd be 30. She'd have been 30. She would have been 30 this September.
Yeah. But hey, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all come back.
Yes.
Come back.
We'll holler at y'all about 10 minutes, somewhere on there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But hey, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Stay focused, stay positive, smile. Y'all know how I do. Be smooth with it. We out.